Welcome to Grammar.Galore. This is Habibullah, an ESL instructor, TLA. Today's discussion, viewers, today's discussion is a new chapter, voice, active and passive voice in grammar. Last time we completed discussion regarding tenses. We completed tenses, 12 tenses in English grammar. And the videos are available on our channel, Grammar.Galore. In today's video, we'll be discussing, we will start the new chapter by the name of voice, active voice and passive voice. How they actually work, how can we change active voice to passive voice, and all the other aspects of the chapter. So, first of all, what is voice? The meaning of voice in English language, dear viewers. Voice is sound or sounds produced through human mouth while speaking or singing is called voice. Haga awaz ya awazuna jab produce कीगी पैदा कीगी न इंसान द खुलेना चिकन इंसान खबरी के या इंसान गाना वही अगर तुम voice कोई. Any sound or sounds that is produced through human mouth while speaking or singing is called voice. Like I heard her voice, so here voice is it's a sound that is produced from someone's mouth, human mouth. So that's called voice. A voice contains message. Since it is produced through human mouth, so it contains a message, and that message we speak, we produce voice to transfer a particular message, to inform someone, to spread awareness, and to speak for motivation. So voice contains message. It's made of words, and in any of the languages, when a human being speaks or sings, it creates voice, and his or her voice contains a message. So we transfer voice because we produce voice because it contains a message. So voice is, according to dictionary, the meaning of voice is that sound or sounds produced through human mouth while speaking or singing. That's called voice. Now, how can we differentiate voice with sound? Sound, something that we hear and it causes sensation in our ears, is called sound. Har haga awaz chagamu auru awaz mu bagul ki sensation judai. It causes sensation, hiss judai, hiss. So it is called sound. Now, voice is produced through mouth, and sound can be produced through any area, through anything that we have or we use. So that is created by anything. Sound contains rhythms. It does not contain any message. It contains rhythms. Rhythms are either higher or lower. It's like an intonation. So sound can be up and down. That's why it creates sensation. And it doesn't have any message. Voice is understandable because voice is understandable because voice contains a message, and sound is sometimes understandable. It is sometimes understandable and sometimes it's not understandable because we recognize some sounds and their purpose, but we don't recognize majority of the sounds and their purposes. Because they only create rhythms and sensation, they don't have any message. For example, I will say buzzing. So buzzing is the sound of vibration. A mobile phone starts buzzing when it either receives a message or it receives a call, and it's on silent mode or vibration mode. So we understand that what is the sound all about. We understand the rhythms. So some sounds are understandable and some sounds are not understandable, like clicking. So clicking, we don't understand that what is the purpose of clicking. Why we do clicking with a pen. Or like sometimes we say that this is a sound of clicking, or we do it for attracting attention. Sometimes sounds are understandable and sometimes sounds are not understandable because we do not understand its actual purpose. Like if I just do this one, that creates a sound. Now it's understandable, it means I want attention. But if I just say that a cat meows, we don't understand that what is the purpose of his or her meow, whether it is the sound of happiness or the sound of sorrow or sadness. So some sounds are understandable, some sounds are not understandable because they do not have a message. And a voice is understandable because it is produced from human mouth, and it's understandable, it has a message. Now, voice is generally divided into two types according to grammar. According to English grammar, voice is a special form of verb. It is divided into two types, an active voice and a passive voice. Active voice is a voice which shows that what the subject does. According to grammar, active voice hanga voice te chahum ka khai ki subject sakai. So active voice is a voice which shows that what the subject does. Like the police beat him. Now what the subject, police is the subject. What the police does, they beat who? Him. So this is an active voice which shows that what the subject does. What the subject does. The subject beat him. Or another definition to active voice can be that active voice is a voice which shows that the subject can be the doer of an action. Now in this example, the police beat him. So here the subject is the doer of an action. So active voice is a voice which shows that the subject can be the doer of an action. Passive voice is a voice which shows that that what happens to the subject. What happens to the subject? It's a voice which shows that what happens to the subject. Like he was beaten by the police. He is the subject. It's a passive voice. He was beaten by the police. So it's a voice which shows that what happens to the subject. The subject was beaten. Subject subject wahal bilaw shuyu. So here this verb is actually performed on the subject, and this verb was performed by the object, by the police. So here in passive voice, it shows that what happens to the subject. The doer of an action is somebody else in my phrase. And in passive voice, another definition can be that a passive voice is a voice which shows that the subject can be the receiver of an action. Now here, who receives speaking? The subject, he receives speaking. So this is a passive voice. It shows that what happens to the subject, or is a voice which shows that the subject can be the receiver of an action. That's all about the difference between active voice and passive voice. In active voice, our focus is always on the subject. That what the subject does. In passive voice, our focus is all about the object. The object of active voice becomes the subject of passive voice. So all of our focus is on the object, that what happens to the subject by the object. So that's all about the discussion on active voice and passive voice. Some basics of voice. That's all for now. In the coming video, inshallah, we'll be discussing that why do we use active voice, why do we use passive voice, and how to change active voice to passive voice. So in order to watch that video, stay tuned for further videos, and thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe the channel.